I was always kind of intrigued in the Donnie Brasco case because the part of that case stemmed down here in Tampa. They started that King's Court Bottle Club, which was really an FBI front, and
sting operation.
Right, and so essentially Pistone lured Sonny Black Napolitano's crew down here, basically saying, I got this hustle going. In the meantime, the place was all wired up and whatnot, and so I was always kind of intrigued because that's the hotel that they were staying at is only about 20-minute drive from me, and it actually still there. And there's a lot of surveillance photos of Sonny Black, of course, because this is Trafficani territory at that time. He had to get Santos' blessing to operate in the area, and then obviously give him a kickback. And so there were surveillance photos of Trafficani and Sonny Black coming out of the coffee shop there. So I was always kind of intrigued because all of these things were kind of in some type of sequential order. Obviously Sonny Black was connected to the Carmine Gallant hit and tied to the hit on the three captains, and then later on he gets whacked out. So it's like
that was the Joe Messino power move on Sonny Black. Although Joe Messino did not like Sonny, did not like Donnie Brasco. He thought something was wrong with him.
Okay.
In fact, Sonny Black wanted to give him a piece of work to have it made, and he wanted him to get him involved in that three captain hit, where those three captains got killed. And Joe was like, he vetoed that. He said absolutely not. And he wasn't the only one. The Tips didn't like him either. When they ever went to talk to somebody in Greenpoint or Sonny Black's crew, and I was pretty good friends with Nicky. He just passed away, Nicky Santoro, who was in Sonny's crew.
Right.
They didn't want to talk in front of him. That's true. A lot of people. Nicky thought of me. He really didn't. He probably seen Donnie Brasco twice or three times. I knew that was bullshit, but I wasn't going to test him out on it. He's my friend. I love Nicky. He was a good guy. Yeah, I met him in 90. He had just come out of jail from the Donnie Brasco case. So I started palling around. We were hitting topless joints and all that together. Mm-hmm. I was younger. At that point, I had a little name on the street. We talked about that whole case, that case. And at the same time, the movie was coming out around 96, 97. So I tease him. I go, "Hey, you're gonna be in the movie?" He goes, "Yeah, you know what? Fuck that, this and that, and the third." So what happens is the film crew goes to Greenpoint to film, and Nicky gets a hold of them and tells them, "Hey, listen, you ain't gonna film over here, all right?" They just looked at him and they kept going, doing what they had to do.
Right.
So in the movie, if you notice, they have Nicky looking like he ratted or something like that. That was Donnie Brasco, the Joe Pistone, making him look bad just for that little incident.
Right, so the guy that portrayed him was the guy that
killed was Bruno Kirby, right?
Bruno Kirby. Right.
So killed that rat. Nicky never got killed. Nicky was all right. Nicky did 15 fucking years, but at the same time, Joe Pistone, Donnie Brasco, let's have him killed and fucking.
Because Pistone was, he was consulting on the film.
He probably wanted to cut. Nicky was that guy. He was a great guy. He was funny as hell.
That's actually a really funny story. I mean, that's something that no one would know other than.
I mean, if that was the truth, would he have not been killed?
Right.
Fucking nobody.
Well, and that's the thing. I mean, he's probably one of the few people who that were directly involved in that crew that didn't get killed. I mean, obviously, Lefty didn't get killed, but he died in prison of cancer anyway.
Lefty got lucky. He was about to get hit also. What happened with him was the cops stopped him on the way of a meeting. I didn't know if that meeting was going to go down. I don't know that, but I do know he was on the list.
Yeah, because they even.
Little power moves by Joe Messino, though. That was his thing.
Right.
Later on, he's talking about being, his own one-man gang to his new capos and stuff like that, and with all the work he did, he did divide and conquer. He did eliminate a lot of alliances.
Right. Well, and too, I mean, somebody like Sonny Black could totally have enough power to challenge him for a boss down the road. So it's like,
Oh, definitely.
you know, and same with, you know, I know Sonny Red was a powerful captain too. So it's like, you know, you start eliminating these guys in short order. You know, I mean, obviously, I know those three, you know, were against the Philip Rostelli, and I know that was part of that issue. But yeah, it's easy for a guy like Massino to take control of the family when, you know, a lot of the powerful old timers are pretty much all.
Well, not only that, I mean, you had Sonny, but you also had the Sicilian faction at the time that got hit with the pizza connection case.
Right. Yeah.
And most of them went to jail, which were also up for that top position before he was, and way before Joe was. It was perfect timing.
And now,
you know, it was perfect timing.
And now Joe was pretty good friends with Gotti too. I mean, at least that's how it's kind of always.
Yeah, and I hate to say this, I don't want to offend anybody, but for a time that we were a satellite of the Gambino family until Joe brought it up to where it was back when he got out of jail, you know. But without a doubt, he grew up with John Gotti, and he knew him well. They were both in the hijacking business, and then from there, they were tight.
Right.
And and it's funny because later on, Joe, I would be with Joe in jail in NBC Brooklyn, and he'd be like, you know, John Gotti brought this fucking whole thing back a couple 100 years. You know what, Joe? And I was saying to myself, this is when I was starting to get really a little disgusted with him. I mean, I went from being one of my my idols, and to talking like fucking all about it's just. How can you talk about the guy who got you to where you're going, or those people? I mean, you did it yourself, but they did push. If you were on the set, they pushed you to the top.
So at the point that you were with him, was that before he started cooperating, or was he already cooperating? You didn't know about it, or
no. We were in the same indictment.
Oh, okay.
What started out with, I was one of the first to be arrested. There was a 14-man indictment. After that, the Cantarellas came in, and Frank Culper. To that point, we did not have one cooperator in the family since the beginning of the family.
That was definitely one thing that the Bonannos were always known for, you know.
Right, and we went through a lot of shit, you know, and at that, I was definitely not going to be the first one. That wasn't going to happen.
Right.
But as far as members go, and I wasn't a member.
Right.
You know, if I would have stayed out, yeah, but no. Yeah, so at that point, we had those little gangs, either being one I was part of in Ridgewood or the one in Bath Beach. They had cooperators, associates that were, but we didn't have any members. And Frank Hooker and Richie Cantarella were the first, and Paul Cantarella.
Right, and then obviously as guys start rolling, then obviously the next guy up can see the writing on the wall, and he flips, and so on and so forth. I mean, obviously Joey Massino was huge because the guy was a boss.
I definitely was not. Yeah, that's what happened. I'm there. I was there for 3 years and seen about 90 co-defendants within a 2-year span. It was a 2-year span. I'd see 90 co-defendants. And they all started from the lot. I've seen how the government works. It's scary.
Oh, yeah.
And so we've seen a totem pole effect, you know, the bottom to the top. And they just, and the time, they got Cantarella, they got Copa. After that, they got everybody involved. And the thing about the Bonanno family is that Joe was trying to make people so fast that he would take 10 people on their head. So 10 people were involved in their head. So one guy talked, he brought 10 people down between drivers, who runs the body, who does the work and everything like that. So there was just people coming from everywhere. But the biggest blow to the family was probably Salvatore. He brought 8 murders with himself, and then with those 8 murders that he brought about 40, 50 people with him.
Did Sal flip before Joe, or was that after Joe?
No, before. Joe flipped after trial.
Okay.
He went to trial. He tried everything. And the more I've been they're taking this, they're taking that. I mean, I've never seen somebody fucking who I thought was just closing arms all the way, talking bitch about money. I didn't come there with a pen and paper and said I want to cooperate. I was a week away from trial.
Right.
I believe in this fucking thing. But what I saw offhand between these fucking guys that Joe made himself and he eliminated a lot of good people. One of them was George G. from Canada, who was a family friend also. You know, George said something about a drug addict, and just because the drug addict was making him money, they killed George, and that was wrong.
Was Anthony Sparrow? Did he get taken down and all that too?
No, he got taken down, and I feel bad for him too because God rest his soul, he passed away. But Anthony, circumstantial evidence. His case was built on circumstantial evidence, and he got life.
Mm-hmm.
He was before. That was the bad speech case. I'm not saying those kids were lying because, but listen.
Now, is that Jimmy Calandra and all that crew? Is that all those kids?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. No,
right.
Those kids are legit. You know, they were doing what they were doing.
Right.
But just I'm saying in a court of law, as far as like presenting your case and all that, a lot of shit was circumstantial.
So that's pretty.
And that was before, and that case was before that beginning of the end of the Bonanno family.
Right. Okay. So that was before the indictment that all you guys got wrapped up in. So that took place prior.
Right.
Okay.
They did go after the clubs. They did go after these little crews that were associated. When I mean little, I mean smaller crews compared to the families. They weren't little by no means. They were a lot violent from Bath Beach to the Giannini crew, which I was part of too. I mean, you know, between both of us, I think we must have had at least 20 murders.
Wow.
Between Bath Beach and Giannini's. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
What I mean by little, we were just smaller. But we were the ones that were first taken down, and whoever they got from there brought the other people. I was taken down, but from people from the Giannini crew, and I went from there, and it was just a domino effect.
Right. Very interesting. So now, did you ever have any dealings with Tommy Patera? No.
Mm-mm.
Okay. I mean, I know he was. I know for quite some time he was under Frank Lino. I guess he had. That was his captain. I guess.
Tommy Karate, yeah. No,
right.
Tommy Patera, I think it's correct. No, I didn't. No, Tommy must have got arrested when I was 19, 20.
Okay.
1990. I know he was in jail with Sammy the Bull, who I happen to know.
Okay.
And John Gotti at the same time.
Okay, so that was before Sammy cooperated. He was in jail with them.
Yeah. I think Sammy cooperated within 8 months. Not that and I don't mean that the sooner because he couldn't handle it or nothing like that. He had his own reasons. Just a lot of it. If you ever met Sammy's gangster till he dies. I know it's an oxymoron he told or whatever. But Jesus Christ! If you ever sat down and talked to Sammy, that's all he breathes.
Right. Well, and you can't. I mean, that's the thing that people don't understand. It's like people are like, so and so's a rat. So this and that.
Sammy feels that once you're in, you're made member, you'll always die a made member, and I'm like. I'm a little bit, I beg to differ on him. He's my buddy, I love him. He regards me as his nephew, whatever. But it's like once you play the game and you lose, you're done. That's it. Once you talk to the opposite side, and I guess that's my Sicilian roots or whatever. Once you talk to the guy, I didn't even dial 911 once in my life. Even today, maybe if somebody was having a heart attack in front of me, I might have to. But I never did. So the minute I opened my mouth and talked to those prosecutors, my game was over. I lost that game. I lost the game of being a gangster. That's what I feel.
Right, of course.
And that's fine because I live the way I want to live, and I'm happy with it. I really am. I don't have to worry about a lot of shit that I used to worry about. But I'm not looking down. The guy who's doing life, the guy who's doing 20 years, he in my opinion, he won.
Right. at the same token, it's like, over a 20-year span or a 30-year span, things really change. I mean, you think of somebody like Gene Gotti, and look at how long that guy was in prison, and now that he's out, I mean, he's an old man. Technology has changed. He knows nothing. He doesn't know what a damn smartphone is or anything. I mean, so many things have changed. It's like, what exactly does he have to come back to? I mean, respect, of course, people, but even with that, these young kids now on the street, they're more like they're thug gangbangers. They respect doesn't mean anything to them. You know what I mean?
Oh, well, yeah. No. Today is a different story. But back to Gene, if we don't know if he's happy. He might be happy. He might right now think to himself, you know what? I didn't do what the rest of those other guys did.
Right.
And at least and that's his thing.
Right.
And I'm not putting down anybody in my situation. Everybody has a reason for doing what they did.